Have you ever wondered how women managed their periods thousands of years ago? Today, it's simple. A quick trip to the store, a sanitary pad, and life goes on. But for more than 99% of human history, none of that existed. No pads, no tampons, no pharmacies, and no modern medicine. Yet women still had periods every month. So what did they do? The answer reveals a forgotten story of survival, innovation, and human ingenuity. To understand this story, we need to travel back thousands of years. Imagine waking up in ancient Egypt around 3,000 years ago. There are no bathrooms as we know them. No disposable products exist, and there are no advertisements promising comfort and protection. But menstruation was still a normal part of everyday life. Historical evidence suggests that some Egyptian women may have used softened papyrus as a form of menstrual protection. Papyrus was a plant that grew along the Nile River, and it was commonly used to make paper-like materials. Meanwhile, in ancient Greece and Rome, women likely used strips of cloth or wool. These materials could absorb blood, and most importantly, they could be washed and reused. In a world where every resource mattered, reusable materials were essential. But here's where things become even more interesting. Not every woman had access to cloth. Throughout history, wealth often determined comfort. A wealthy woman might have access to cleaner fabrics and better hygiene practices. A poor woman living in a village had far fewer options. Many likely relied on whatever nature provided. Dried grass, plant fibers, animal fur, even layers of leaves in some regions. Different cultures created different solutions depending on their environment. And because written records usually focused on kings, wars, and powerful men, we know surprisingly little about the everyday experiences of ordinary women. Many of their stories were never recorded. But periods weren't just a practical challenge, they were also surrounded by beliefs and myths. In some ancient cultures, menstruation was seen as sacred. People believed it was connected to fertility, life itself, and the power to create future generations. In other societies, periods became surrounded by fear and misunderstanding. Some communities believed menstruating women should stay separate from certain activities. Others created rules about where women could go and what they could touch. These beliefs varied dramatically from one culture to another. But no matter what people believed, menstruation itself never stopped. Women still had to find ways to live, work, travel, and care for their families. Now, here's something that surprises many historians. Ancient women may have had far fewer periods than modern women. That sounds impossible. But think about how different life was. In many ancient societies, women often became pregnant more frequently than women today. They also breastfed their children for much longer periods. Both pregnancy and extended breastfeeding can reduce the number of menstrual cycles a woman experiences. Some researchers estimate that women in pre-industrial societies may have experienced only a fraction of the periods that modern women do. Even so, menstruation remained a recurring challenge throughout life. And because there were no modern hygiene products, every cycle required preparation and effort. Scene 63, then, during the 19th century, everything began to change. The Industrial Revolution transformed countless aspects of daily life. Factories produced new materials. Medical knowledge expanded, and inventors started looking for better solutions. By the late 1800s, some of the first commercially produced menstrual products began appearing. These early products were far from perfect. They were bulky, expensive, and often difficult to obtain. Many women still preferred reusable cloth, but the idea had been born. During World War I, nurses discovered that a highly absorbent material used for medical bandages worked extremely well for menstrual protection. This discovery helped inspire the development of modern disposable sanitary pads. Today, billions of women have access to products that ancient civilizations could never have imagined. But behind every modern product lies a hidden history stretching back thousands of years. A history of adaptation, survival, and innovation. A small invention with an incredibly long history